I recently made the decision to transfer my kids' junior ISAs to Vanguard from wealthify, and I thought I would share with you my decision-making process and actually how you go about doing it if it's something you want to do yourself. Welcome to the Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel. My name is Charlotte Jessup, and I talk about all things to do with financial education. My aim is to get you super informed about your money so that you can make the best decisions for you. This includes talking about budgeting, making money, saving money, investments, pensions, and pretty much anything else I can think of. So I opened my kids' junior stocks and shares ISAs probably early in 2021. This is something that I'd wanted to do for a while, and I had the money at that point to start paying into it. Now, the reason that I decided to go with wealthify was not because of anything wrong with any of the other providers, but actually wealthify was voted as one of the best junior ISA providers, and they have a super easy to use app. On top of that, they also allow you to start investing from just £1. And at the time, I didn't know how much money I would have available to pay into my kids' ISA accounts. So it seemed like a smart decision at the time. And actually, I have enjoyed watching their investments grow over the last 12 months or so. Now, the current plan that my kids are on, so you get a few different options when you sign up with wealthify. You can kind of go for their standard investments, or you can choose an ethical version, and then there are different risk levels. Now, my kids are little and they're not going to use this money for ages, probably until they're 60 if I can help it, okay? So I went for an adventurous plan because I'm happy to take that risk over the next 60 years. We also went for the ethical version. All of my investments, all of my husband's investments, our pensions, etc., are invested in ethical, or as ethical as possible, funds. So it felt right to do that for my children. I've talked about this before in the fact that I want to not only invest financially for my children's future, but to ensure that the planet that they live on is in good shape too. So therefore, it felt right for me to pick an ethical option for these particular funds. So that means they're on the adventurous ethical plan, and there are some fees associated with this. Now, the fees are probably the main reason that I decided to switch from wealthify. And when I started looking into this, I realised they were probably a lot more than I wanted to pay for this. At the moment, because my kids' accounts have got small amounts in, this is just pence. But as they grow, it's going to turn into pounds. And if I can limit the amount that I'm spending in fees in this account, then that's all the better. That keeps more money in my kids' pockets. So what are the fees for wealthify then? Well, the platform has a 0.6% fee. So just for being on wealthify, they are paying 0.6% per year. Now, this is, probably competitive compared to some of the other similar sorts of apps that offer these services, but it's probably a little bit higher than I would like to be paying. There also is a fee for the fund itself. So like I say, they're on this ethical adventurous plan, and the fees for this were 1.02%. Now, this is quite high for this sort of plan. So that means in total, they are paying 1.62% in fees just to have these accounts up and running. And yeah, like I say, I'm not particularly happy with that. So that's my main motivating factor for moving away from wealthify. If you are new to investing and investing for your children now, please do give wealthify a good look. They make it super simple, they have a great app, and I've been more than happy to use that platform for the last year or so. It's only now that I'm a bit further down the line, I have some more money, so I don't need these low minimums that wealthify offer. I can afford to invest a little bit more, that I am ready to move to a different platform. So who am I switching to then? Well, I am moving to Vanguard. Now, if you've watched my videos in the past, you will know that I am investing my stocks and shares ISA is with Vanguard. My pension is with Vanguard. My husband's pension is with Vanguard. We're already a Vanguard family. So I'm familiar with this platform and understand the fees and the funds that are available. Now, like I said, moving from wealthify, my main motivating factor was to try and reduce the cost of using that platform and the particular funds that they have available. So this is what attracts me to Vanguard in this instance. So Vanguard's account management fee is 0.15%. So when we compare this to wealthify, which is 0.6%, there's obviously a big saving to be made there. Also, I'm going to be switching up the actual investments themselves. When I invest through Vanguard, I can't access the same investments that they were investing in before. So what I have had to do is sell the investments that they had with wealthify, and I'm going to be reinvesting them. So I invest into the ESG Global All Cap Fund for about 90% of my investments. Then I also have a 10% that goes into ESG funds in emerging markets, so in the developing world. So I'm going to do the same thing for my kids' accounts as I'm doing for both my stocks and shares ISA and my pension. So when we look at the fees associated with this, the ESG Global All Cap Fund has a fund fee of 0.2%. And the ESG Emerging Markets Fund has a fee of 0.25%. Now, when we look at the split on that, it works out about an average of 0.2 and a bit percent. Now, compare that to the 1.02 that I was paying for the wealthify ethical fund. There's a significant saving there. So it's well worth us making that switch, particularly as the amount of money that they have goes up. Now, the reason I didn't pick Vanguard in the first place is because of the minimums that they have available. So you have to be paying in either a minimum of £100 per month, or you have to put in a lump sum of £500. Now, I have 2 kids, and at that time I couldn't commit to paying in £200 a month, nor did I have £1,000 there to put into their accounts at the beginning. Now I've built up a bit of a pot, they have that money, and I can start to make those sorts of investments on a regular basis. So how do you actually go about transferring your junior ISAs? Well, it's really easy. I have a Vanguard account. So what I did was I just logged into my account, clicked on the open new account button, and then found the bit that was about junior ISAs and clicked transfer in the junior ISA. I clicked that, and then there was a series of online forms for me to complete that included my children's ages, date of birth, details about their accounts and the value and the investments. I also had to choose what I wanted to invest that money into once it had been moved over to Vanguard. Now, it was made slightly more complicated by the fact that I was transferring from wealthify, because wealthify weren't on the pre-approved list for transferring in. So I actually had to print out a sheet, fill it in, and put it in the postbox, which is probably not something we're used to doing in this day and age. But it was simple enough, and now their transfers are in progress. If you're not with Vanguard, you can still sign up for a new account. You will have to create a parent account, and you can open up these junior ISAs on your kids' behalf. If they are trying to transfer in, you can do that all by creating that new account as well. The whole process was super simple, and I think we always need to be alert about making sure that our financial services are giving us the best value and are right for us at the time. If this means moving, then, maybe that's something we need to do. But actually, the whole process was simple, so you shouldn't shy away from doing those things. So there we go, that's my experience about transferring my kids' junior ISAs from wealthify to Vanguard. It's not quite finished yet. I'm still waiting for those to finalise. I will probably pop back with a comment or another video once that's happened, just to update you. So far though, it's been good, and I'm looking forward to seeing the sort of returns that my kids can get through these Vanguard funds. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to share this with somebody who might find this interesting, or hit that like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I'll be back in a couple of days with another video. Until then, have a great week. Bye.